Part 2, let's move on to the specifics. So now I'm gonna explain to you why a lot of people, like conceptually, they misunderstand 293. So my idea is to actually split off 293 so that it's no longer a Townlink, but it's two individual loops. And only in this context, this is one of the rare cases whereby extending a bus service would actually benefit. Like there is this thing whereby you don't extend for the sake of extending, you actually have to extend with purpose. So this is how you extend with purpose. But before that, I'm gonna tell you how tell you why 293, 291, their routes are like as follows. So in the past, there were like feeder services that literally just looped like this. I'm not even joking, like straight up just like this. And because of like set history, eventually what spawned as a result of all of these feeder bus route changes is the present day 293 as well as present day 291 as well. Okay, to be exact, 291 is like this, like in the other direction. The reason why 291 and 293 are even like that in the first place is that you can just take it that because there are already trunk routes that pass by like this, like this, like this, or service 69 that like does this. There's like 34 that goes like this. All the main routes, I mean all the main roads are already covered by the trunk services. And the feeders, they fill in the gaps. Not just fill in the gaps, but for like better connectivity, like in general. Because if you take a look up close, there is a community center over here. And then there's like a school and many other amenities nearby. A school as well. You see Springfield Secondary. You can see that Springfield Secondary is the reason why 291 even goes like this in the first place. Oh, and there's one more school as well. Jun Yuan. I'm sorry if I butcher that. I don't know how to pronounce Chinese names in general, but okay. Yeah, this is kind of the reason why 291 even does this big loop. And then the community center is over here. Because 291 used to be just like this. And it got converted to loop like this instead. Simply because easier access to school. Easier access to school as well, like from this general area. So you could take like bus 69 and then you transfer to like 291 to access Junyuan Secondary School. And 291 is basically mosque access, uh, church access, and as well as access to the community center as well. So 291 is supposed to link whatever is along here to whatever is along here. And in the same fashion, 293 is meant to link whatever is along here to whatever is along here. So that's the reason why 293 even loops here in the first place. Again, it's because of history, but the reason why they routed it like that nowadays is because I mean there's a school here, there's a school here as well, but it's for access from here all the way to the community center. I mean, logically, you send all the bus services to community centers as well. Even 298 nowadays, which doesn't really require a lot of changing, it touches like nearby. That's the reason why. Reason why I'm even bringing up all of this is because I have seen some people trying to cough up a green white service out of this. Uh, I'm not entirely against it, but it seems like not really efficient use or allocation of resources, because it's like if you make this green white, you have to do this, you have to do this, then I don't know, you have to do this. Like not even 243 in Boonlay is this windy, and you're bound to cut off like access along certain parts of the route. Like you cut off this part, you cut off this part as well. So again, just simply making everything to green white doesn't really solve everything, you know. I have even seen feeder integration ideas from other people saying that, oh, 293, they should just do this unidirectional loop like this or exit via here. Okay, the reason why any of this doesn't work is because whilst you have 69, you can transfer to 293 along these bus stops. You have one problem. If you're coming from 34 and you're transferring from this stop, let's say you amended 293 to call only like this, you're breaking off the connection from this stop for people to go in like this. It's the same thing I described for like service 300 from Choa Chu Kang Way to Choa Chu Kang Avenue 3. You're breaking this same stop connection. And that's the reason why I just told these people like your ideas to change 293 in this fashion just wouldn't work. In my opinion, I think 291 is fine as it is. It does its job, and 291 as a town link is still okay. But for 293, I'm not gonna touch like this part of the route. What I'm gonna do is literally the only way you can extend 293 along this sector. So instead of going like this, you go like this. Then you go in bidirectional. Then you come out along this area. Come out from this area. There are many different ideas as to like how you can do this. I mean, you could technically let it go here, but that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because over here is already served. So it makes more sense to send this thing up and then inside here. And I'm gonna make 293 actually, because this area right now is currently served by 296. So I'm gonna give them an extra option. 293, I'm just gonna let it go in. Tampines North Drive 1, Street 84. I am touching Tampines North Station and I'm making it loop here. I'm not crossing the boundaries. It can still remain as a feeder. It'll still be called 293. Maybe the eastern sector I'm gonna renumber it, but like this is how I would do it. And the main point is to give them access to Cross Island Line. Like over here, I'm giving them access to this area without relying solely on 46, because 46 right now does this. So 46 is straight. 293 winds a lot more to access like this Cross Island Line station so that you can go west more easily. So you have 72 to go west, and then you have CRL. It's up to you which one you want to take. So giving them more options, basically. Because I feel this area over here is like already adequately served. There is like 127, there is 68, and then there is like 46 that goes here, and then there's even like service 18 that just does this. So yeah, adequate. So I'm trying to target the area that's like kind of underserved right now because there's only 296, which is a new service. Not just that. Remember what I said about Service 58 being like one of the best bus services in Singapore? 293 just gives you exactly that. Because 296, you have to alight here, and then you have to like cross over here to even access 58. But with 293 extended in this fashion, I'm letting 58 connect with 293. So you don't necessarily have to take like downtown line to Tampines West or Tampines. You could just take it to Kaki Bukit, take 58, and then transfer to like 293. I'm just giving them another option and making use of 58 being like a really, really straight service up. So it's just like easier access from like Kaki Bukit, that's all. So just for your information, I am not touching 298. 298 is fine as it is. 129 is fine as it is, and likewise for 46. And the same thing goes for like 292. It is fine as it is. 291 is also fine as it is. And then service 3. This part is because of history 294. Service 3 is also fine as it is. So I'm not touching all of these. So historically 293 used to be like this. This was how 293 looked like. And this was like a unidirectional loop. Then when DTL came, they converted it to become bidirectional along like this whole sector. It's like easier access to DTL. Yes, I do know that this one, the route looks kind of ugly, but this is what it's intended to do. And right now it kind of has limited use. So what I'm gonna do is, again, I'm not touching any of like the existing sectors along this route. I'm still gonna make it do this. I believe you can right turn. I believe. Yes, you can. This is Street 71. Yes, just to confirm, you can right turn as well. So after this, I'm gonna send it downwards. Now there is no point like making it loop like this because there is literally service 28 that, you know, does this. So there is no need to send it in here. And then this side already has like service 18 as well. So there's no need to send it like this. And from like DTL, this pair of bus stops, you already have service 3 that covers like the lower portion, and the top part is like within walkable distance, so you don't really need to like amend 291 away or anything. So this new 293, you don't necessarily have to like make it serve inside here or make it serve inside here or make it loop along this. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense because there is like 292 along this area as well. So what I'm gonna do is to send it down to Simei. And I mean, service 8 already exists. Service 8 already exists like this. So I don't even need to extend this 293 along this area. It already has like adequate connection. So what I aim to do is to amend the east loop of 293. Obviously, I'm going to renumber it, but yeah. Oh, and if you're wondering why there is no bus service that serves Street 12, it's because this area over here is like a Y junction. You're not able to like access the opposite side. And not just that, over here is like quite congestion prone, so they don't send any buses through Street 12. Oh yeah, and this lane, this road, 292 is gonna get amended here, and this 68, the old 68, it used to go like this, Tampines Street 92, and then it looped back like this. The old 68 used Avenue 4, so it was like Tampines Central 1, Avenue 5, 4, and then Avenue 1 to connect with these bus stops, and then it loops like this. Just to let you know, this part of Tampines, sorry, this part of Simei is technically still under like Tampines planning area, and that's why 290 used to be a feeder bus. So because currently, like from this area, you have 38 that goes like this. So this is 38. I'm just gonna give them an additional option. So I'm extending 293's east loop to go here and then loop at street 4 like this. It's like an anti-clockwise loop. So the main point of this is basically just to give them an additional option, as well as to let whoever is at Simei access, where is it? Access Avenue 9, school, and Temasek JC is currently now here. And then in due time, when Meridian JC, TMJC, I think they would also occupy this site when the Pasir Ris Street 71 campus is under renovation, if I'm not mistaken, and then they would move back. So it's basically for easier access to from Simei to the schools along this area, and that's why I want to extend 293's east loop down to Simei. I mean, like 299, the actual route, it loops like this, right? Okay, initially I thought it would go via here instead, but it turns out no, it doesn't. I think the reason why they didn't do that is because this area along here there is like no bus. I mean, the bus stops are here, so you could actually get away with a unidirectional loop. I mean, like this. Although, I mean, I was just thinking, what if you enhance 299 to loop like this instead? Oops, like this. Whether there's gonna be a new bus service like along this area, I don't know, but you should only send a bus inside here when there is like actual demand. So if I do this to 299 and then I make service 69 do this, it should suffice in my opinion, like 299. The reason why I suggested this part is it's literally just for extra connectivity, that's all. And also it helps you link up to buses along this bus stop. 518. Like if you do this to 299, then it is unable to intercept with like 518. But if you do this, you have like 8, 15, 518, 23 as well. What else goes here? You don't have to touch in both directions. I think one direction already suffices. So this, and two more. 118 and even 513. Like you just cross over to the other side for 513 to the city. So that's the reason why I prefer 299 just doing this so that it can touch this bus stop. That's why I even suggested it in the first place. I mean, simply for one reason. The feeder is supposed to link up to the trunks. Not necessarily just at the bus interchange, but along major roads like Avenue 1, Avenue 2. Another thing that about 299's route that I find really stupid is this part. I mean, if you're so concerned about access towards this part, why not just 69? By the way, this isn't official or anything, I'm just suggesting. Why not you amend 65 to, I mean, because now 65 goes here instead of here. Why not you amend 65 to Tampines instead? So this 65 from this general area can help you access DTL and EWL like both at the same time. Why do you have to send like 299 across this stupid junction? And along this area, there's already like 298 that goes inside like this. I mean, there's already 298 that goes inside like this. Why do you need a 299 along this area? Like, there is nothing here and it's all grass. I just don't get it. So what I propose for 299 is, again, ignore 65. Just amend 298, amend 299 to like wind just a little bit more so that it can connect to these services instead of sending it through here. Literally just go straight. You give mosque access to the people, to the Muslims living around this area, general area, and then you send it up to Avenue 6, and however you want to wind, like this, I don't know, like this, you get the idea, like this general area, and then you just send it up to Tampines North, and whilst you're at it, might as well make it like throw one round, like this. If you're asking for my personal take on this, I just didn't really understand why they sent 129, they sent 298, both of which already suffice, and then they're like, oh, I want a 299 as well. No, just send 299 through this area instead. I mean, both directions, of course. So to sum up, within Tampines, I'm not touching any of these like bus services that they either pass by or they terminate inside either a Tampines interchange or a Tampines North interchange. I'm not like changing what they're supposed to do. I didn't even change these routes. I didn't even change 29 as well because 29 is just most efficient along Avenue 9 and 7. If you want to wind inside, you just take 28 or 293. And 293 I merely just extended because I didn't touch 291, I didn't touch 292. I only broke this off into an extended west loop and an extended east loop. I didn't touch anything else. I didn't even touch service tree because I know what service tree is meant to do. Because when they do this like feeder plus feeder equals trunk, 226,385 equals 60, 220,290 equals 38, 294 and 357 equals 3. They only do that for like one bus route. They don't do it for like every single feeder. I mean, they do that to two feeders, they merge it into one. They don't do that for every single trunk route. No, sorry. They don't do that for every single feeder route because some services, they are just meant to stay as feeders. Those feeders that legit aren't really like doing much, then yes, there is actually a case to extend them and merge them into trunks because in the case of Bedok 220, it didn't really serve much purpose. It was just like South Avenue, South Road, South Avenue 3, South Avenue 2 loop. And then at Avenue 2, there isn't much demand anyway, so they're like, okay, let's merge it with 290 and to make it into a trunk. It's the same thing how 294 in itself is like kind of redundant. So they thought of a way to make it absorb into 357. And then 226 to 385, one of my viewers has actually commented on like the reason why 226 and 385 were merged. So again, these are really like exclusive cases that actually, justify the mergers. But in the first part, I talked about like bus fans not knowing the differences between what a trunk and what a feeder is supposed to do, and making all those feeder integrating into trunks for like the sake of it. I talked about all of that. So yeah, so what I am doing is literally just giving these two services more use to justify their existence. So I'm not letting it stay as as a town link. I'm just giving both loops a new purpose and splitting the service so that there isn't really all that bunching nonsense going on.